Is Frieza still alive?
No, I think he died.
Okay, what's going on? What the fuck happened? What the fuck? Did it glitch? Did it fucking glitch? What happened? No! 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 That was my fucking... That was the skills! I swear to God I was gonna get the skills from this drop. What the fuck? No, dude! Alright, what is up? This is SLOplays, and I am here today for some more Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 DLC 12 content. And this is all stuff that's legitimately been found in the game, and basically what this video is going to be is my overall in-depth kind of review of everything regarding this latest update, the new character, you know, just everything in general. There are some good things, obviously. There are some bad things. There's always going to be some bad things with updates. Nothing's ever perfect. There will be glitches, problems, all that stuff. But I will say, first and foremost, before I go any further, compared to DLC 11, aka the free update that we had back in August, late August of 2020, with, you know, Supreme Kata time and everything, this one is miles better. And I mean, like, this goes above and beyond compared to that one. And this honestly goes really far in terms of just some of the best DLC that I've ever played for Xenoverse 2. And I mean, like I said, there are still problems and things that I wish, you know, were fixed or that got fixed and actually made the game not as good or made it possibly worse. But overall, my overall thoughts, I will have to say, very, very solid. I'm enjoying it a lot. Even with DLC 11, I still had fun with it. There's just way more problems. But this is just my current, you know, review of everything so far, since it's been about, you know, 4 or 5 days since it actually came out. So I thought, hey, let's do a video and I'm going to break down everything that, you know, I personally found as an issue or things that I found that were good in it. So before we do get into it, if you guys wouldn't mind dropping a like, I would really, really appreciate it. Your support is just immensely appreciated, as always. And let me know if you guys like these types of videos. I'll try to do more of these, obviously, in the future. I'll do one for DLC 13 too. You guys seem to have liked the one I did for DLC 11, where I kind of, you know, just broke down some stuff. So just first and foremost, this video was brought to you by this amazing Pride Trooper image that we got from the latest DLC, which I love it because of the proportions. Like, oh my god, I think Reflux, he said, like, this cannot be real. And when I saw it, they just look absurd. Like, I don't know what it is, man. Their proportions are just ridiculous. I know it's from an angle, but it makes it look whack as hell. So at the beginning of the video, you guys probably saw a video, a clip of me. That was a clip from Twitch. There was a glitch, and I don't know how often this occurs. And I don't think it was mainly, I don't think it was DLC 7 or 12 that did this, that, you know, created this issue. But I've only seen an instance of this glitch one time before, and I'll go ahead and bring it up for y'all. And the audio might be a little bit weird here, but basically what happens is I'm doing the very last parallel quest where you unlock Destructive Fission and Thunder Flash, the two new ultimate skills. And after I killed Goku, this is like my third attempt doing it, it just stopped. Like, nothing, like, it didn't show me completing it. It didn't say clear. It didn't have any dialogue. And Goku's just dead on the floor.
Did it fucking glitch?
And I was pissed. And I'm still pretty pissed because I was doing other quests like this, and I still wasn't able to unlock anything after. But I did eventually get all these skills. But
that was the skill.
I was legitimately enraged by this, dude. Like, this was like, this quest, I mean, it's not a hard quest. It's just long and annoying. And I was not happy at all. So yeah, you get the idea of what happened. The timer still goes on, and it, yeah, it just stops. So if I kind of go through here, you see, so timer hits 0, it finishes it.
No! Oh, wait, no, it said clear.
So I did end up clearing the quest, but what's supposed to happen is, because I got the ultimate finish. Okay, because I got the ultimate finish. It was supposed to potentially say, oh, hey, you unlocked these skill, you unlocked a skill, and, you know, you would have got both of them or whatever. But for whatever reason, it glitched out. I still don't know what happened. Maybe this has happened to you. And like I said, this happened one other time to me, but it was on a modded parallel quest years and years ago. And I thought it was, you know, the modded parallel quest that had the problem or whatever, because it was consistently happening where it would just freeze after the time, you know, freeze after everything and the timer was still going. Timer would hit 0 and I was screwed. I think it also happened maybe one time in a raid. I think it did happen in a raid one time. It was probably like a Broly raid. And that was it. You know, that was it. Like, I never really had this problem again. But it never happened on a parallel quest. Like I said, I don't know how often this does happen. But I found that very, very annoying. Now, again, it probably isn't just exclusive to what happened in this latest update. Could have just been a random glitch that happened. And like I said, it might actually be a frequent thing. It's just I don't play online that often. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was kind of annoying, and I thought it was funny because my reaction of it, I was really, really not happy by that. So, that was the first thing. Now, moving on to Exhibit B. All right, Exhibit B, what we have here is the new sort of a detector for modders, okay? Now, this is a good thing. This is definitely a good thing, and from what I've seen, I have not seen any complaints of modders, you know, ruining the game and stuff. You might occasionally run into one or two, but it's not anything too major that it was before where they were like overpowered and impossible to beat. Maybe they had like aesthetic changes or like a skill that like they normally wouldn't have that was like just a normal skill in the game. I'm talking about like villainous skills, like the Crystal Raid Boss skills and stuff. That was the problem because those were broken. Like, nobody could compete with that. You know what I mean? So that's what mainly got fixed. Shout out to Demon Boy for actually putting this info out here. He did a lot of data mining and he found a new file here. So he said a new file was found in the new update that puzzled me for a while, but I figured it out. The new file exclusio_list.esl is of items that CACs shouldn't have access to. This includes things like the boss-only skills and super souls. So certain things that they have in terms of super souls and their skills, maybe like, what is it? Bloody Storm, whatever the hell it's called. Darkness Mixer, you know, gigantic Key Blast, that one that, you know, pushes the opponents and blows up and just destroys everyone, you know, stuff like that. Stuff that we play with mods, like, all the time. Like, I'd use those all the time on the PC version and stuff, obviously offline and for my own personal use for, you know, showcases, but not ever online. And people actually legitimately do this, and that was one of the biggest problems, especially for PS4. From what I was told, I thought this was a problem on every console except for maybe like Switch. Now, you can do some modding and crap on Switch too, but apparently Xbox, all the Xbox consoles actually haven't had this issue, which, I mean, I guess makes sense because I never really hear anybody complaining about Xbox. I always hear it about PS4 because of, like, you know, the Save Wizard and all that stuff, which is the, I guess, program that you use to access everything that people scam others on. So again, do not do modding on console. I shouldn't have to say it. I've been saying it since the dawn of time. So yeah, I shouldn't have to say it any further. But basically he said, so what the game does now is it uses this list to check and remove any skill a CAC might have on them that they aren't supposed to have. It took them forever, but they finally actually stopped cheaters. So this was such an easy thing, I think, for them to do. They just didn't know how they were going to approach it necessarily. And this is an excellent idea, okay? It just automatically detects a skill that CACs shouldn't be able to learn at all, period, okay? Period. It's that simple. Okay, I don't know what happened from the last update. They tried to stop modders, and it didn't end up doing anything. It was like a very minor stop because it was like, oh, data consent and all this stuff, and like you would send in the data, and then they would, you know, detect the data, and if there's something off in the files or whatever, they would like ban you or some shit like that. You know what I mean? But obviously that didn't really work too well. Now this is a better one because it doesn't ban anyone. It doesn't hurt anyone. All it does is it will just remove it, okay? And the PC version had stuff like that, you know, where I would give them certain stats that they're not allowed to have, like certain stats that boost it, and it would balance the stats out and say, oh, this was detected, blah, 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 error, your stats have been balanced out. You know what I mean? Believe me, I've done it a million times. It happens a million times, you know, whenever I do mod showcases and stuff. So I have experience with this. I know exactly how this works. So it makes sense that they would do it in this aspect, and I'm glad they finally did it. So he said you might still be able to run across Earthlings with Super Saiyan, Namekian with Majin Kamehameha, or someone wearing Super Saiyan 3 hair that's been colored. which is an aesthetic change, but the real problem of invincible players with raid boss skills seems to be over. Now, he says seems to be over because it's only been a few days, you know, everything. I personally have not seen too many complaints. There, like I said, might still be some that kind of slip through the radar, but for the most part, I think the problem has been at least alleviated and diminished by a several, you know, high percentage, you know what I mean? So this is definitely good, and like I said, like Demon Boy said, you know, Earthlings with Super Saiyan, Namekian with Majin Kamehameha, that's not a big deal. Y'all can deal with that. Like, honestly, y'all know how to deal with idiots who do stuff like that, but raid boss skills, I'm pretty sure y'all have beat people with raid boss skills before, because y'all are, like, you know, really damn good at the game. I suck. I don't know what I'm doing, but you know what I mean? That's just unfair. That's unfair. You know, they have an unfair advantage and everything. So, in terms of that, that's an excellent change that they made to it, and I'm glad that they did do this. Going forward, maybe this will make online a better, more, you know, positive environment for people and make it more accessible. I'm actually going to try and get into online more, especially on the console and stuff, and maybe try to do online battles with y'all, which is something that I have stayed away from for a very long time, and for the very reasons of stuff like this, where online has just been trash with netcode, obviously, and then you have the modders, which is annoying as well. It just wasn't worth my time, you know, trying to invest all that, you know, grinding and stuff into it, and then, you know, you just lose all that, you know, time and effort because you have this asshole who got on there with gigantic key blasts and blows your ass to smithereens, you know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. Like, it just wasn't fun. But I'm gonna try to do online more, and I'll give you guys an update of my personal experience of it. But for now, from what I'm seeing from other people, usually I'll get tweets from people saying, oh, this is a problem, that's a problem, this sucks. I haven't seen much of it at all. Actually, I haven't seen any problems from this DLC. Nobody has come through with anything that has been like an issue. So that's an excellent, phenomenal change in everything. Now, moving on to the next one, it would be on Exhibit C. This is just a little issue. Not an issue at all. It's actually a good thing. It's an issue for us on every other version of the game. So he said, has anyone noticed that Topo on Xbox has the wrong shading colors? The left is every other version, and the right is Xbox. Now, if you see, I just spit on my screen, I apologize. If you see these two side by side, it's obvious which one looks way better, okay? Unless your brain is damaged or your eyes are, like, broken or something. Not trying to be rude or disrespectful in any way. Just a joke. The Xbox version looks way better. Way better, okay? And this is coming from somebody who plays with mods all the time. You know, I know what textures and things will make a character, aesthetically, what makes a character look better, okay? And maybe that's just my opinion, but I think we can all agree that one of them looks way better than the other. And the major difference that we're seeing here is one of them has a transformation effect that is on the main just like, you know, the base character, while the other one has it where there is no aura slash, you know, effect on it. There's no effect, no lighting effect. So the one that we have in the game currently right now has almost this, not necessarily, it's not cell shaded, but it's like this dipped in oil look. You know, that's what we like to call it in the community, just to be, you know, funny and silly and stuff. But yeah, you can definitely see the major difference, because the one on Xbox is this smooth, you know, texture that actually looks a lot more akin to what most of the other characters look like. You know what I mean? Like, this one's not, it's not a little bit dipped in oil, but it's not as bad. It's a much smoother. The colors look more accurate. You can see from his the white on his gloves and his mustache is a more prominent white color, while the one on, like, every other version of the game is like, it's like a bluish purple. It looks really bad. I'm sorry to say. Like, the shading does not look good on it. Like, if he had an awoken skill or something and transform, that's acceptable. But I think Topo looks best if he has no aura or anything, at least on this screen here, the character selection. At least make him look like that, you know? And I truly hope that they don't update the Xbox version, because this looks really nice. Or, if anything, they fix it and they make the every other version of the game look like this, you know, look like the Xbox one. I think that looks way better. But that was a glitch that occurred, or not really a glitch, just something like whenever they uploaded it, I guess they forgot to put on the, you know, aura and stuff like that. And they did that, I think, on, I don't know if it was Jump Force or what. There was an update on either Jump Force or Xenoverse where auras were not working on certain characters. I think it was a Super Saiyan Blue Evolution aura or something on Switch. It was something like that where the auras were just, like, forgotten. But, yeah, this isn't, like, a big deal or a problem or anything. It was just a little funny thing that, like, I thought, hey, wow. The mistake actually became a blessing. You know, this is a blessing in disguise. It makes it look way better. But y'all be the judge of it. Y'all let me know which one you like better. I'm just going to say the Xbox one looks way better. So, moving on here to exhibit, what are we on, D? For dicks. Shout out to my boy Burkle. And, you know, just everybody in the community that has been grinding. Me personally, like I said, me grinding out some of these skills, especially those 2 ultimate skills and then getting that glitch, really pissed me off because I will have to say the drop rate, the RNG has not been increased from what I was expecting. And maybe that's my fault. Maybe that's our fault in the community thinking, oh yeah, they're going to boost it like immensely. No. And that's the problem. We don't know the actual percentage of boost for the RNG on this. But Burkle said whenever he was grinding, he was like, can I get Hyper Tornado to drop after 2 hours? Oh my god, I feel your pain. And funny enough, Hyper Tornado was the only skill I got. All the other skills I couldn't get. I finally eventually got the 2 ultimate skills, and those both dropped at the same time. I don't know if I got lucky or what, but I will have to say that RNG either has been the same in terms of what I experienced or slightly better. Maybe like 3% better or something, you know? And it's RNG. RNG is RNG at the end of the day. It's random, okay? Random number generator. You know, like it's randomly going to give you these. So I doubt it's really going to be that apparent or visible to, you know, see an actual increase all that much. But for the most part, I think I saw a lot of people saying, oh yeah, it has been increased and all that stuff. He said that LP1 is now out in the UK. I did the new raid 5 times and got 83k points, and all of this, yeah, they fixed the RNG. So this was before, I think this was before he took on the quests or whatever. But, yeah, this is what I wanted to make note of. So, maybe it's for, like, skills. Those didn't really increase. Maybe, like, I don't know. I don't know if they're specifically increasing certain drops on things. Maybe it was mainly just for raid bosses. Because right here, yeah, you know, you see he's got the Janemba CC mascot, which was horrible for drops. And then he got, like, all the artworks, like, fast as hell, okay? So that's what I'm saying, like, maybe that increased, because that was a big problem. And maybe even partner keys had a big increase as well. I saw a lot of people saying, like, oh, hey, I finally unlocked, you know, like, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Vegito, you know, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, and all that stuff. And I was like, okay, good, yeah, it's showing that people are getting partner keys better. I was seeing a lot of that from people, like, you know, in my comments and tweets and all that stuff. So I was like, okay, yeah, maybe it did increase. But for me personally, from playing the parallel quest, I don't think that was all that much of an increase in terms of skills. I think those are still a little bit weird. But he did make note. He said, I uploaded a video unlocking all the skills, but if I recall correctly, I forgot to mention this. I think the drop rates improved after I cleared all 4 of the missions, but I don't know. Yeah, they didn't do too much, the RNG, sadly, to skills. So that's what I wanted to make note of as well. You know, he does state it right here that RNG probably has increased. Maybe it is significant with certain things like artwork and, you know, CC mascots and stuff, mainly for raids or just that in general. But for the skills seem to still be not all that great. Maybe they screwed up, I don't know, and they forgot to do the boost for skills. I really don't know. Or maybe they're just doing that on purpose because they want people to, you know, constantly, you know, do online. And like, obviously, you know, Dimps and Bandai and all them, they want their game to be successful if they're going to put the work in it and all that stuff. Any company would want that to be successful. So what do? I know it's a dumb thing and it's annoying, but what do you do to make it successful? You have to get people to play the game a lot, okay? Frequently. So they probably did this so that, and I mean, this is why they force people probably to go online, because they want an active community in there playing constantly. And I know it's a, you know, scummy trash kind of way of doing it, but I guess that's my assumption from like what I can see why they do this. You know, make people constantly have to grind it, and they probably do it. They knew what they were doing with skills, because people obviously they don't really care about artwork and all that other stuff, and you know, maybe not even Super Souls. They care about the skills more than anything, because you know, the skills were like some of the best things that you can get for CAC. Everybody loves using Hakai on their CAC, but yeah, you get the idea of it. I think they did boost it, but maybe not what we expected. So overall, I will still have to say it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt anything. It didn't make it worse. It made it better. Overall, I think it did make it better. So far, right now, Xenoverse 2 DLC 12 is winning, okay? Now, here is one issue that I want to present to y'all today. This is on my video from the new story mode. Now, this was a very minor thing. I don't know if it was just for me, but I did see people saying that there was a problem with this. I want you to listen, okay? So this is right whenever you enter the other world story quest. Listen.
Hey there! Glad you could make it. You! What are you up to now? This time Rift is extra special. Take a look. Goku's supposed to be here, but he's not.
Just listen.
Let's have some fun then. Oh, and since I've got this special power, it'd be a real shame not to try it out.
Okay, so maybe you didn't really quite catch it, you know, at first or whatever, and maybe you still don't get the issue here. But here's the issue. Right, it's only on this cutscene. They forgot to put sound effects. Like, I don't know if you heard it, but like whenever it starts, like here, let me show you. It loads into the game. Trunks just drops. There's no, you know, footstep sound. There's no flight sound. You know, it makes the and you know, it would make that sound. Like maybe I should make my own sound effects throughout this here or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't have any type of sound effects. It didn't have, you know, PyCon doing the like this here. Let me show you how it's supposed to sound. Like that. And then it just does the voices and it has the music. Okay, at least they got that right. But you know, this part is where it's the most apparent whenever he does his like Hakai looking thing. And then it's supposed to have like a see, it's supposed to make this sound like or something like that, and he was it makes some sound effects, you know, something like that. And then maybe it was supposed to go kind of like shit like that. I know that sounds super weird what I'm doing right now, but it was supposed to have at least something, you know, and then make the dun dun kind of sound effect. You know, it's supposed to have some type of sound effect, but it didn't at all. Now, that was just like a pretty minor thing again. Was it major? I don't know what happened. Now, that could have just been on my end. Okay, I have no idea. Y'all let me know if you experienced that, but just a little thing that I thought was hilarious, okay? So that was super funny, but other than that, guys, that is my overall review of everything, problems, issues, things that, you know, need to be fixed, things that I thought was kind of bad, but overall, okay, and if you compare this to my DLC 11 videos that I uploaded on all the problems and things, DLC 12 has been a blessing. It's been great. I'm so thankful for it. I hope DLC 13 does really well, you know, with the characters that they introduced. You know, obviously with Topo, having the Jiren grab was a little bit weird, but again, it was very minor. Topo in general is awesome. I love his new skills. PyCon is so good. His combo game is excellent. We finally have these two in the game, and I couldn't ask for more, bro. Honestly, I'm very content and happy with these characters and what we got in terms of skills, what we got for the story mode, the, you know, father-son, Goku Kamehameha and stuff. Oh, it's excellent. But I'm going to be doing more videos like this. I'm going to be probably doing an in-depth explained story mode ending for DLC 12 and everything. Let me know if you guys want to see that down below. I'm going to go into some in-depth and how it could lead possibly into Xenoverse 3. Or just, you know, future stuff and my ideas on it. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you again for being here. Thank you again for watching this, like, I don't know, it's like a 30-minute video. But I wanted to show you guys everything that I found so far that was potentially a problem or whatever. And maybe you guys can relate with me. So comment down below. Leave a like, subscribe, ring that notification bell. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Be safe. Peace.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.